Hello, everyone, and welcome to Downtime with John and Emily, the how-to podcast by siblings who don't know anything. I'm your co-host, John Downey.
And I'm Emily Downey.
That intro ramble that I do was like, I'm in such a weird headspace these past 2 weeks that those syllables as they were coming out of my mouth, I was like, this train is going off the tracks any moment. Like those syllables were going to turn into nonsense so quick. If my tongue went even the slightest bit out of place, it was all going to hell. But we made it through and we're here.
Yeah. It's like when you're writing one word over and over and over again, it starts to lose all meaning.
Yep.
Or I actually have also had the same thing. I showed up to work today and forgot how to do a major part of my job. It's like when you sit down and you forget your password that you've used forever.
Right.
You're like, what the fuck am I just going to lose all my shit? Because I cannot remember the password I've been using forever. But yeah, I was like, wait, how do I do my job again? I literally don't remember. And then Taylor went and got coffee and then it all clicked.
Maybe that's what it is. I haven't had coffee since this morning. I should have a constant sort of IV drip of caffeine.
Are you an afternoon caffeine person?
No, very rarely.
Coffee in the afternoon?
I will always have a cup in the morning, and then very occasionally I'll go for an espresso in the afternoon. It's got to be early to mid-afternoon or else it's all to hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't sleep. I won't sleep if I have caffeine in the evening. Even though I really want it sometimes, espresso martinis are very tasty, but it's not okay to have espresso martini.
Yeah, that's a second one. I will have caffeine late at night if it's if we're partying and I need to keep going and I'm already committed to ruining my body on that particular night.
Oh yeah. The Red Bull, I never did Red Bull through my 20s party years, early 20s. And now I'm if I'm gonna stay out, I will need to be caffeinated because there's no other way.
And how do you get that?
There's no other way. I'm it's 10 p.m. and I'm it's 10 o'clock. I'm done.
It's bedtime.
Why aren't they kicking us out of the bar? I don't understand why people are still here. Everyone needs to go to. You know what? Everyone in here needs to go to bed.
I'm gonna turn the lights on. Everyone should go to bed. And I'm gonna hand out pillows. Ourselves.
I'm gonna hand out pillows and blankets and little footy pajamas.
Off. Oh, we're going to
lights
sleep
up.
Here.
Yeah, we're gonna sleep
in these dirty bar booths.
In these dirty bar on the dirty sticky bar floor. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't even want to think about going to sleep on the bar floor. The sticky bar floor.
Discarded lemons and
that squish every time your sneakers lift off them. You get
that little. That's good. That's good ASMR.
I'm sure somebody's ASMR response was triggered.
Stick your phone in your mouth for this one.
The R is response, I think. I think it's like ATM machine. I think it's redundant to say ASMR response.
You said response. Oh, but they're responding to the ASMR.
No, but I think ASMR...
The response of our listeners to the ASMR.
No, but...
You know what I mean? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
But but ASMR as a practice or as a genre of content,
if you will,
is in order to trigger the ASM response. I think the R in ASMR is response, and it's that tingly goosebumps feeling. I think R is that response.
I do not get. I just feel irritation when I hear ASMR. I don't know.
Well, you haven't listened to. You have to have headphones,
or stick it in your mouth. People do.
And the good ASMR artists have those mannequin head microphones where depending on where they're doing the sounds, it'll show up on that side of you. While you're listening to it.
What?
Yeah, there's mannequin head microphones where each ear is a microphone that can kind of tell which direction sound is coming from, and it translates that to the listeners. You'll see this on Twitch. If you go to the ASMR section on Twitch, you'll see these mannequin heads microphones, and they're doing little snaps all around, and the people listening can hear it all around their head.
Oh, I hate that.
You should look up.
I hate it. No.
You should look up barbershop ASMR,
Why would I look this up? I'm
Because
clearly disgusted by this.
The way that like it sounds like things are like scissors are going around your head. It feels like your hair is being cut. Because like honestly,
I was thinking like barbershop quartet. So you got like one guy, the bass is in the corner over here, and the tenor's really up close. And I was
good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Ba-doom, ba-doom. Hello, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
Like getting close to the mic, getting far away.
Leave, but I really must say, oh, sweetheart, good night.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm not gonna lie.
Why
would I lie to our
listeners? We should
listeners?
do this. We should pioneer this.
I've never lied to our listeners before,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, hey, don't be sorry.
No.
I'm talking here.
I'm interrupting you. So John, you have an event coming up.
I do have an event coming up
This week.
Yes, it is this weekend. It's the end.
I hope you're very excited.
Yeah, of course.
You got goosebumps. You got. You've been sleeping well. Are you getting well rested?
My ASMR is responding just thinking of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta stop thinking about ASMR. I've got weird tinglies on my back right now, and it feels weird.
I am very excited, and I am losing sleep, but it's not because of the wedding. It is because of a Nuzlocke run that I'm currently doing that I really, really, really want to beat very, very badly.
Sure, Sam is thrilled.
Yes.
Well, at least she's getting like a hefty dose of what she's already gotten for the past 7 years, and what. Well, the past 7 and the future 70.
Past 8. We're actually on our 9th year.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I know.
All right. The last 2 years are like really hard to keep track of.
It's fair.
It's actually.
I don't expect you to know exactly how long my girlfriend and I have been dating. My
actually,
fiance.
It's speaking of, it's my anniversary today. Which I just remembered.
Happy anniversary, Taylor. Sorry.
Happy anniversary.
You're off doing something else.
It's 5:41 p.m. on my anniversary.
Emily, say something nice to your fiance right now on recording. It will outlive us. So just remember that before you say this kind thing.
All right.
And then speak from the heart. It's a message to your fiance on your anniversary.
You're just putting me on the spot. I gotta.
3, 2, 1, go. No, just let it flow from the heart. It's nothing.
All right. Okay. Well, Taylor, if you're listening to this, and it means I am dead. And
well, hang on.
That is the only scenario in which you'll be catching up on Downtime is to continue to hear my voice to you through the past. So this should stay really, really light and really nice. I love you very much. Happy anniversary.
That was beautiful.
Do you want me to say something nice about him?
No, I just wanted you to give him a nice message for your
I
anniversary.
thought that was nice.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Nice. As in all our future anniversaries,
Yeah. Yeah, it was super light, and it didn't have any like heavy themes at all.
No.
Which was nice.
Well, that's the point. And it brings us into what we're talking about today, which is, John, you have this event coming up. And I was looking at the schedule.
Yeah.
And I noticed that there isn't a time for me to give my speech. Is that because I'm just supposed to like pick the right moment and jump in for my speech? Or because I noticed that you like had like the maid of honor and the man of honor and the
dude of honor,
somebody's father and someone else's father, maybe some designated speech times, and I didn't see on the schedule, and I figured in front of our listeners would be the perfect time to deal with this.
Yeah.
When would you like me to give my speech?
This is so interesting. I'm
your best friend,
right?
And also podcasting sidekick, partner, co-host. So obviously, I'd be the natural choice to give a speech, and yet you have our brother giving a speech.
Yeah.
But not me. I just want to know where I fit in.
Uh-huh.
Just so I don't get confused on the day. If you need me to just jump in, I'll just jump in. That's fine.
Right.
You know, I can
right. Yeah.
always be on my toes.
For sure. Yeah.
But I was just wondering if there was like a designated time.
Right. Not as of right now. So this is going into our topic for the day. So maybe we should discuss when the proper time for a sort of impromptu is not the right term because this is obviously part of the
why
plan.
would it be impromptu?
Right,
because obviously you want me to give a speech. You were planning on me.
It was part of the plan.
Giving a speech.
So, but if you're
looking forward to my speech.
Yeah.
Eventually, well, never mind.
Okay. I
wrote a rough draft.
Emily, you can't.
The other night.
You can't peel back. You can't pull back the curtain too far because I know.
We're gonna have to because we have to do an episode.
Yeah, right.
Because we have to write a speech, even though I already wrote one.
I'm definitely.
And also, this is 100. It is like half curtain, half pulled back, and half like reality that there is no designated time in John's wedding for me to give a speech, which I think is absolutely bananas. Because I also believe that you would be offended if I didn't.
Sure. I definitely want you to give a speech. Definitely.
I'm sorry. What? Because I was like, I don't want to give, because no one wants to give a speech. That sucks.
No,
like giving speeches is terrifying, and
yeah,
it sucks. Like I don't want to give a, but I assume that you would be upset if I didn't.
Here's the thing, I know you, right? I know you, and I know that you would hate being put on the spot, and that you would much prefer to put everybody else on the spot with a speech from you. So my plan...
Like, surprise, it's a gift to everyone.
Surprise.
From Emily.
Emily's going to give a speech right now whenever she wants to. So that's sort of the running plan.
Right.
So that's why we can discuss like what is that's why impromptu, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect term because it's not really impromptu, but like where in a wedding throughout the whole, like from the beginning of when guests arrive to the end when everybody gets kicked out after the end of the reception.
Oh, so you want me to do it at the wedding? Like with all the guests.
I mean, the whole thing is the wedding. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like I was thinking like rehearsal dinner, but you want it at the show.
Well,
you want it in the show.
That's what you were.
No, I mean like like you said, the wedding is like many different events like combined, like, but there's like a couple different things in there, a couple different opportunities, right? I was thinking number one, there's like the low stakes rehearsal dinner, sort of everyone might be sort of like, and if you feel like saying something, stand up now,
right?
You know, and do it, because that's like sometimes a part of it. And then there's like the wedding the following day where there's like designated time for literally 2 people to talk. And I'm not one of those 2 people.
Right, but you...
Or am I?
So,
oh my God, are you making me your best man then? Is it finalized? Like, did we... Because I'm ready to step in.
No,
you know what I
get
mean? I'm like
that.
an understudy.
Yeah.
I'm like ready to go. I've been studying my lines.
Even if I had
like,
told you
waiting for my moment
a year ago that you were going to be my best man, this is when you would have decided to write the speech anyway. I know that. It's okay.
Well, look, man, not to totally break the fourth wall here, but I did already. I wrote it. I did it. I wrote it. All right. I got excited the other night and I started filling up with feelings. And I'm not going to read it here on the podcast.
No.
We're going to make a new one. But I did write one, so like when am I saying it?
Right. So do you want to do jokey joke podcast times, or do you want to actually know when?
I do want to argue with you right now about when I'm doing my speech. So tell me when I'm doing my speech, and then we can move on to the jokey joke podcast.
Okay, that sort of breaks it for the audience. It's fine. The rehearsal.
I like it.
The rehearsal dinner would be the
That's
appropriate time.
Well, I wanted to know exactly when. To be fair, you're like gonna be busy the next couple of days, and this is sort of the only time I get to talk to you and run things by.
That's sad to let people know.
Well,
we talk all the time.
No, we do. It's not that I like don't get to talk to you. It's like I don't want to impose because you are going to be busy, and you will take my call, and then it will be bad because there are other things you should be doing. besides talking to me.
It was weird. This today and tomorrow, actually, in terms of like work, are going to be very light for me because our whole operation is on hold right now because our chiller is completely kaput. There is one singular valve in our chiller. I don't know if for people who don't know. First of all, we need to explain a few things. For people who are listening to this for their first episode of Downtime, I'm John. I'm getting married this weekend, and also I brew beer for a living. So brewing beer, it requires a lot of temperature control, and we have a whole glycol chiller system that does that. And that's kind of a single point of failure for our business. Like if that thing shits the bed, then our whole business shuts down. And that's kind of happened
what happened
for the past week. There's one single valve that's very difficult to get to in the internal parts of the chiller that
sounds
broke.
Like a bad design.
Yeah, it broke and it needed to be replaced. And the chiller company told us it was going to take 7 weeks to get it replaced, which basically means we're out of business. Like that's death. But
that's spicy.
We got a hold of the actual manufacturer, which they don't like to be contacted. They try their hardest not to be contacted because it's all supposed to go from them to the chiller company and they deal with everything. But we got a hold of them in an emergency situation because literally our business was going to go under. And they were like, we'll overnight it to you. We have thousands of these. Like, okay. Come on. What the fuck? So basically from the point that the chiller failed until tomorrow when it's being fixed, there's really been nothing to do. So where everything in my personal life is extremely hectic, and obviously the work stuff is hectic, like there's a lot of bad things happening over there, but it translates to me not doing very much work because there's nothing to do. So today and tomorrow, amidst a slew of personal chaos, I'm going to work. I went today for like 3 hours, and tomorrow it's going to be a very similar work day.
That's very nice.
So
you could be more helpful.
Yeah, they figured it out this way. They wanted this for me.
Yeah, no, so you can be helpful and do more wedding things, right? That's what you're saying. Not that you have more free time, but that you can do more wedding.
Right, and I'm definitely not gonna do more.
Just Nuzlocke. I'm
definitely not going to just dive back into my hardcore Emerald Nuzlocke and
just Nuzlocke and chill. Like, no.
No, that would be irresponsible and rude, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, you got bows to tie on things. Yeah. I heard your fiance.
Yeah.
Anyway, so were I to give a speech.
Yep.
Talking about the reason for us being here.
Where would it fall? Because here's the thing. I have already asked our brother to be my best man.
Yeah.
So, and I
don't worry. Let me talk. Let me handle it. I don't want to put more on you. I'll talk to him.
So you want to usurp and give this speech?
No, usurp is no. He doesn't look. Look.
Okay.
Let me talk to him.
All right.
Because I think he thinks he wants to be your best man, but I don't think he's fully prepared for like the effort that would take, the emotional strain,
sure,
and the hands-on, like needing to be there and do, like, I don't think he's right. And if I talk to him a little bit, I feel like
hang on,
he'll just give it to me.
He'll just give
it to me. It's fine. But like, you don't have to be a part of it. I'll do it.
But what do you think is involved here?
It doesn't matter what I think is involved. It matters what he thinks is involved. Because then if he thinks it's like going to be a lot, which it is. I mean, it is a big responsibility. Then maybe he'll just give it to me. Because
here's the thing. I've done a lot of work to make sure he has as little to do as possible.
I mean, which is better. It's going to be better for me in the long run. So thank you.
He doesn't have to hold the rings until like right before we walk out down the aisle. Like,
I mean, he can still do that part.
He's literally not responsible for that. And then the only other thing, he has to be responsible for the rings for about 10 minutes. And then he has to give a speech. That's it. That's all Kit has to do. And that speech can be like 60 full seconds long. And 60
is a fair amount of seconds, honestly.
It's not a small amount of seconds, but it's also not a long speech.
I mean, it's a little long. Like 60 seconds, I feel like if you sat and just timed 60 seconds, like 60 seconds can backfire on you. A lot can go wrong in 60 seconds.
We record.
There's a lot of things you could say.
A 35+ minute episode of content.
Yeah.
Every time we do an episode. It takes
years off my life. It takes years off my life every time I do it.
All right. So you're trying to save our brother from that.
Yeah, because he hasn't been like cursed as I have,
right.
with
He's
the
not
gift
jaded.
of the gift of gab. Well, he's like we have a gift, you know,
sure.
like we can
you can call it
to
that.
people and in front of other people, and you know, honestly, I actually was thinking about that because I was like, man, what if I did give a speech? That would be horrible because then I have to talk in front of people, and I'm like, bitch, you do a podcast almost every week.
Also, you have a literal college degree in theater.
I know, and I haven't used it in a very long time, and I haven't spoken in front of like a group of people in a very long time. But like, I guess you could say the podcast counts, but it's great because it's in a vacuum. Like, I can just pretend, well, no one is physically here,
right?
You know,
one's here right now.
I could just be shooting off stinkers left and right, and I don't have to hear the groans and silence. You know what I mean?
You don't have to edit it either. You just.
I don't. I just come in. Put my little earphones on and get to work. That's what it is. It's work. Because it's work. You know, what we do is very difficult.
Yeah.
I'll be ready to impress that upon Kit.
Okay, so your plan right now, you want to fully take the mantle of best man. You don't want to just give the best man speech. You're not just trying to take the load off of our brother who is the best man, but you're going to do the speech. You want to be the best man and give the best man speech as well.
Well, I am a little insulted that I'm not the best man.
Okay.
But, you know, and I figured right now would be a time to bring that grievance to you and not like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Because I assume I could have volunteered for it at any point, but I've decided to do it now. Because now's the time that things come up, as John has found out from our family, who are like peeling back the layers of this onion a little further, all doing their best to make sure John doesn't have a good time at this wedding.
Yeah. Oh, that's been sort of the whispers around the mill, around the watering hole. That's what
I've heard is that everyone's bringing their drama to this event,
like sick,
or like not bringing it, specifically not bringing their drama. Well, not bringing themselves and therefore bringing drama.
Not bringing themselves and therefore drama ensues because why didn't they come?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, which is fine. Honestly, drama in absentia just sounds pretty great.
Here's the thing: if you're the kind of person that wants to start drama and you're gonna do it by not showing up, that's net positive for me.
It's like money in the fucking bank. That is money in the bank right there. Because just don't respond to your texts. Like, whatever.
Don't you want to know why I didn't come?
No, I actually couldn't give two shits.
I don't.
Yeah, just send me a like Crusette and like call it a day. Like, I don't. Like,
buy me anything.
I don't need your life's story. All right. I just want the like Crusette.
I'm not gonna make any calls right now. And again, gifts are not like necessary. We're very well established here. We don't want or need for anything. So if people can't give us gifts, I don't give a shit. It will be fine. But like, no one has bought anything for us yet. We've gotten some gifts that I'm very excited about. Like, you've gotten us a gift.
I'm sorry, I bought something for you.
You did. I
gave you money.
But what I'm saying is, the majority of people who are coming to this event have not bought us anything, which seems, I don't know. Personally, when I'm involved in a wedding, I'm like, I get that link and I'm on that registry. I'm in there. Oh. I get waiting, and that's why I'm not making any call on anything until like probably a week after the wedding, honestly. Like, I'm not nervous about it, and I'm not judging anyone for anything. It just seems weird to me that we have gotten as few gifts as we have.
I don't know how to respond to that. I already got your gift.
I know. It was a lovely gift. It was actually a lovely 2 gifts.
It was 2 gifts, and then it was 3 because I also got a bridal shower gift. So.
Yeah, true.
There's a lot of presents involving getting married.
The bridal shower, we did get a lot of amazing, incredible things. So that was very lovely.
Yeah, so that's like a lot of stuff off the list already. But yeah, I mean, like, what are you gonna do? You didn't invite that many people, you know.
That's the other thing is we could have stuffed that.
I mean, I thought about adding.
But here's the thing, though, and this is dangerous to say where people can hear it later. But you have a lot of wiggle room to invite people who you don't necessarily want to invite. You have a destination wedding. People are not going to come to that. There's a much larger percent of people that are not going to show up to your wedding.
Here's the thing about the destination wedding.
Okay,
the destination wedding thing is a lie.
What do you mean?
Because in this day and age, every wedding is a destination wedding. Unless your whole family and your significant other's whole family lives in your hometown.
Yeah.
Every wedding is a destination wedding. Like,
right.
Everyone has to travel.
But here's the thing. You were thinking practically.
Yeah.
When people receive an invitation to a wedding, they're not thinking practically. They're thinking, oh, this is on the East Coast. I can figure that out. They see you, for example, are getting married in Puerto Rico, which is not a difficult plane ticket to get, nor is it a particularly expensive plane ticket to get.
No, it's the same as a plane ticket to anywhere else in the U.S. It's just like you gotta work it out.
Even though most of the people we're talking about would end up getting a plane ticket to come to Virginia anyway, that's not what they're thinking. They're thinking it's mainland, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then they see island, I have to take a plane.
And then all of a sudden their head just fills with static.
Yes.
And they get that ringing in their ears and they're like, you hate me. No, I think the Puerto Rico, we had an issue with it that was like, there was an issue because Taylor's mom was gonna invite like a whole bunch of people to an engagement party for us that weren't on our like list, and we thought that would be okay if like more people were invited to the engagement party than were invited to the actual wedding.
Ooh.
And then she was like under the impression that she was inviting all this whole bunch of people to an engagement party because they would be invited to a continental United States reception.
Right.
And I was like, no.
This is sticky.
No continental United States reception.
Yeah.
None of that.
No.
I was like, that is like getting married twice.
Yeah, the primary expenses of the wedding is the reception. So you want to do 2 of those?
I had to text her and be like, I'm not doing this twice. And I'm telling Taylor, I'm like texting her, I'm like, no one can make me do this.
Right.
I'm not doing this.
Right.
I'm a free woman. I do not have to do what people tell me to do. Yeah. All right? Like, no, you can't make me. You can't make me get married twice.
Emily was feeling the in-law pressure and it got immediately buggy. Like, I gotta get out. I can't fucking be in here.
You can't make me. You can't force me. I do just want to run away, but that's fine. Not from Taylor, with Taylor.
Is this why Taylor was so excited to do it on an island with fixed borders?
Maybe. Be harder for me to escape.
Little does he know, we know every nook and cranny of that fucking island.
Everyone is so worried about me. Everyone's like, I'm sure closer to the day, they're going to be like, I have this reputation for being a little bit of a runner.
Feel a little breeze around them ankles?
Feel a little, woo, whoo. What's that? This poor man is gonna go through so much anxiety because
he's so anxious. You're fine. You're gonna be fine, Taylor. It's gonna be a beautiful day. I'm very excited.
It's our anniversary today.
You didn't want to do a wedding party, so I didn't get to be on either side of the aisle, but that's fine. Anyway.
Oh no. That's true. So my speech to you. So why don't you look it up? Why don't you teach me how? Wiki how? Why don't you do?
What do
you call it a best man speech? Just do it.
Just for fun. Just to expedite.
Just call it how to write a best man speech, and we'll see what the experts say on it. I'm thinking joke.
You know we have like less than 15 minutes left in this episode, and you're gonna have to write. I'm thinking those all jokes, right?
No, we are gonna.
This is your sorry. This is your speech for my wedding?
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me I'm going to write jokes for a speech for
well, that
my
way
wedding.
you have approval. There you go. Then you have full approval.
We talked about this recently. I want
also
surprises.
I have to tell not real jokes.
Okay.
I have to tell jokes that are not so good that I feel tempted to use them. Now I've courted myself into having to make a speech at your wedding because I was gonna have it on deck just in case I felt called.
Sure.
And now if I don't make one, you're gonna be like really upset.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
we did the whole thing.
Okay,
now
so here's the thing. Wow. Hey, WikiHow, your system is not great, folks. This is how to write a best man speech. Views. This article has been viewed 2.6 million times. Ratings.
Yeah. I figured it'd be a big one.
Ratings. It has 1 rating.
LOL.
Someone has thought to go to this little star chart and click an option 1 time. 1 person out of those 2.6 million people who have looked at this article have decided to rate
almost half the amount of listeners of Downtime.
Almost half.
Almost half.
They're almost there. And 1 single one of them has decided to rate this. So, listener, this is a lesson in content creation. If you love a content creator, give them that like. Go out of the way to give them that rating. Go out of the way to subscribe to them and make sure you have notifications on. We're all working against the algorithm right now to be seen by other people who would also love our content. So if you love Downtime with John and Emily, why don't you go on Spotify and click that 5 stars. It takes, especially if you're listening on Spotify, it takes 2 seconds. It's so easy. It's like 2 clicks total that you have to do. Just click that little 5 star. And then if you're listening to this, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell. That way you're notified whenever we have a new video up. It really helps us. Thank you very much. Sorry, I was so appalled at the one.
Well, that's the thing. It's like we haven't read the article yet.
Right.
We haven't read the article yet. It could be doo-doo, and maybe they're being polite by not rating it.
That's a good point. It just no, it can't be that. You know how people on the internet are. It can't be that. People are always willing to downvote things. People are always willing to rate things low. It's getting people to rate things high. That's the trouble. That's the way harder.
Oh my God. Speaking of, not to read memes on our podcast, but I came across one today. It's about ratings. There's a woman left a rating.
While you're looking
assuming
for
it's
that,
for a gym.
No.
It's right here. I have it right here.
I was so appalled at the 2.6 million views to 1 single rating that I had to do, I think, our first ever call to action in a Downtime recording.
I mean, like, we've done a couple call to actions, but here we go. This is someone leaving a review. It looks like Google. It says, I have been a professional medium for 15 and a half years, and I am very
really counting those halves.
Sensitive. Yeah. 15 and a half years. It's right.
It's like, I'm 6.5 years old. Are you okay?
15 and a half years, been a medium, and I am very, all caps, sensitive to all the energy forces that surround us. The instructors are great and the facility is clean, but when I walked into the studio, I was assaulted, all caps, by the dark energy radiating from Monica at the front desk.
Whoa! Whoa! Monica, get some crystals.
Really,
put your crystals out in the moonlight.
Energy.
You really
One
gotta.
star.
1 star.
1 star.
1 star because of Monica.
The instructor, because of Monica, because the instructors are great. The facility is clean, but Monica gives off a dark energy.
You fire her right now.
Fuck you, Monica.
That girl has demons.
When I'm at my job, not a lot of people from like the public or the outside world call me.
Yeah.
So when I receive a phone call, I am very put off by it. And I wish I was more like Monica so fewer people would talk to me. Like,
I wish my energy
want
was a little darker.
I want what Monica has, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But also like amazing. A+ review. Even if we get a review like that, I probably wouldn't be that mad.
Here's the thing. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, and you have something, if we've said something that's just massively incorrect, why don't you leave a comment about it?
Yeah.
Just leave a little comment about it. No,
just a little bit of trolling.
No. If you hate
trolling.
us, if you hate us and you want to tell us about it, just do that in the comment section down below. It'll really hurt us.
Yeah. Super bad for us and our brand.
Super bad for us and our brand.
Okay, so what does it say? Because I'm thinking joke.
So this is Patrick Munoz,
quote.
voice and speech coach. It was co-authored by Patrick.
See a Toastmaster?
It says voice and speech coach. Emily,
okay.
I just said that.
All right. Well, I was just making sure. I want to know he has all the qualifications I'm looking for.
He is verified, though. So
okay.
Writing a special speech. This is part 1. Writing a special speech.
Okay. You might have to abbreviate it.
Yeah. Section 1 of part 1. Be yourself and don't worry about giving some formal speech that doesn't reflect you.
That's true.
Do what you're comfortable with. You know.
Well, that's like the thing. You know, it's like you don't want to poop your pants out there. You know, it's gonna be easier. Yeah. If if your phone dies and you lose your notes, if your hands are shaky, just speak from the heart, and then you don't have to worry about it. I have also in several
print
situations.
It out. Hey, print it out.
Oh, I wasn't gonna print it out.
Don't do this for your phone.
Why not?
Because your phone's gonna die. Here's the thing. Everything. I'm in hyper negativity mode right now. Everything about my wedding is gonna go wrong. And as long as I keep that in mind and prepare for it mentally and physically, then everything is going to be okay because not everything is going to go wrong.
How many pairs of underwear are you bringing then?
6. I'm wearing 6 right now.
6 pairs.
Yeah.
6 pairs.
What if I forget?
You can't get through all the layers.
There's too many layers. Think about all the, it's going to get through 1 or 2 maybe, depending on how much coffee I've had.
Definitely 1 or 2.
But once it hits that 3rd or 4th, it's dead in its tracks. You have to be prepared for these things. Do not rely on your phone battery, especially if you're in the wedding party. You're sitting around doing nothing most of that day. You're on your fucking phone.
So this is to Emily. Don't put it on your fucking phone, you stupid dingus. I'm gonna have to transcribe it from my phone where it lives. Did I even write it down? Because I feel like it was the middle of the night and I was asleep and I might not have even written it down.
You dreamt that you wrote a speech.
Oh no, here it is. It's entitled "If You Make a Speech." Now I have to change it to "When You Make a Speech," or just
so funny.
Speech.
Speech is good.
Speech.
Yeah, or just bring a fucking phone charger. Just be prepared. Just keep it short.
For sure.
You don't want to just say cheers or deliver a one-liner, but you also don't want to ramble on and on. This day is not about you. Your speech should be long enough to say what you want to say and no longer. As a rule of thumb, try to keep the toast between 2 and 4 minutes. Most people won't have patience for anything over 5.
Yeah, no, 5 minutes. Oh my God. Absolutely not.
Even 4 minutes is a lot. Here's the thing.
I think any amount of minutes, if it hits a minute, you're off base, pal.
You should be wrapping up. Once 60 seconds hits, at the very least, you should be wrapping up.
I get thirsty. I'm thirsty. I'm holding my glass. It's sweating on me. I'm ready to take a sip.
Yeah, right.
I'm ready to toast me. Honestly.
Yeah, my arm is tired, okay? I can only hold this glass of champagne up for so long. It's heavy.
Yeah, it's getting heavy. It's getting real heavy. It's getting heavy. We got to lighten that up somehow. How do we do that? Sip, sip.
Cheers. The word cheers. Prost.
Cheers.
Chin, chin.
Yeah. I agree that one-liners are rude. Why say anything?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Just
why did
tink
we
your glass
invite you?
Yeah, exactly. But no, multiple minute speeches are not to be had. No one has patience for that. Look, This is a millennial group. We had Vines and they worked very well for us.
Yeah.
Okay. So keep it to longer than Vine, shorter than TikTok, maybe. That
TikToks are a limit of 3 minutes now, so that's actually a good rule of thumb.
TikTok length.
Yeah.
TikTok length.
Keep it TikTok length.
Mm-hmm.
Record it in the app. You don't have to post it, but just record it in the app. And if you're successful, then you know it's good.
For some pracky.
Right.
Does it say to practice your speech?
Number 3, write and practice your speech in advance.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, definitely practice, right? Like, it feels weird to practice a speech. Like, for those of us who did do theater and had to memorize monologues, it's a weird thing, especially if you got roommates. You just got to get over it and be like, sorry, I have an audition. And they just have to deal with the fact that you're going to be talking to yourself for a while. And that's just the way it goes.
Yep. And in my case, I had to practice, like, learning music from memory. So
same.
And like when I literally trained to get resonance to be able to sing very loudly. It's like, I'm sorry, roomie. Like, there's only so much I can handle being in a practice room, in like a blank room with all white walls, with a small window and a shitty out of tune piano. Like, there's only so much I can deal with that. I'm much more comfortable in my living space. I hope you really enjoy the sound of my singing voice, because you're going to hear a lot of it.
Oh, yeah. I remember I biffed an audition once in college because I had to practice a Scottish accent, and I was too embarrassed to practice it.
No.
In my dorm. I tried to, like, cold do a Scottish accent, and it did not go well.
Yeah,
did not go well.
One. You really gotta work those accents down.
At least I know your accents. Don't attempt an accent cold.
And I think that's
if you're gonna do an accent if you're gonna do an accent in a best man speech, you better fucking nail it.
You better fucking nail it. And look, you have time. You have time to practice that accent. And also,
I'm not gonna do it.
It's a fun accent to do. Like, you can do it. You can do it.
I cannot. I can't do a Scottish accent.
Look,
not
for
in my
inspiration.
wheelhouse.
If you're really struggling, there's no shame in going on YouTube and checking out the thousands of great best man speeches that people have videotaped and posted there. Why? I'm not doing that. I would actually be upset at someone for doing that. Don't post your best man speech on YouTube.
That also means if you're Googling like great best man speeches, I've seen a few, right, that show up on TikToks that someone's like, LOL, this best man speech. And it's always annoying.
Yeah.
Vaguely insulting and attention grabbing. And it's like, no,
dog.
That's not what we're looking for.
Here's the thing. Apparently,
compliments only.
This has 3 million views. Great for your content. Not great for whoever you're giving this speech to, supposedly.
Yeah. It's not about you. I attended a wedding where the officiant did that. And I was like, I would have fucking
it's so ridiculously not about you, my friend.
Yeah. They were like telling all these jokes that were like about them. And like being like, oh my God, I've never been an officiant before. I'm so nervous. So if you see me do this, like, it's just because of that. I'm like, shut up. That's the other thing I want to say.
Shut up.
To anyone who actually wants to give a speech or anything in public speaking at all, never apologize. Say it with me.
Dude.
Never apologize. I hate that. It's the worst thing to hear someone get up and be like, oh, sorry, my notes are a little scrambled, or so sorry, I'm nervous, or oops, like this didn't go right. Like, never alert someone that things aren't going. Yeah, never alert that things aren't going 100% to plan.
Here's the thing. It's selfish, really. Because you're trying to push your nerves off on everybody else. If somebody sees you being nervous, you know what they're thinking in their head? Public speaking is the number one fear in the world. And they know that. They don't need to be they know. They're looking at you they can see that you're nervous, and it's fine. No one gives a shit. We don't need to be confronted with it visually and verbally. Just get through it. No one cares.
Yeah. No, and it's going to increase the anxiety and increase the audience's exacerbation. Ideally, the goal is to make it look effortless and like you're having a good time. Even if you shake, people are shaking. Yes. It's okay. Let them think you have a medical condition.
I shake.
Whatever.
And I'm very confident in front of a group of people. Yeah.
Like, I'm genuinely nervous. If I'm holding a glass of champagne, I won't be for my speech. Will not be holding a glass of champagne because after I speak, I shake so badly, I will not be able to take a sip out of it. I know this. I know myself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. Like,
here's the thing,
that's
though.
just the thing.
What I thought was interesting, I went to a wedding 2 weeks ago that was like, honestly, if you can manage it, go to a wedding 2 weeks before your wedding. It's like
LOL.
It's like the prime time for you to go to a wedding to like take notes, because there are last minute changes that you can make to your wedding that it's a very good time frame for that. 2 weeks
like
before
your
wedding,
best man.
What? That's what I was thinking.
Just change best mans.
What was weird is that a lot of people forgot that their speeches were supposed to be toasts. And so someone would get up to speak and start saying something, and everyone would be like half lifting their glasses, assuming there would be like and so a cheers to the bride and groom at the end, and it just didn't happen. So then everyone just politely put their glasses down. I think remember that it is a toast, and you don't have to hold your glass the whole time, but maybe remember to throw. It's a very easy closer. That's the thing. It's a built-in closer. If you can't figure out how to end it,
there's no
just
like
say,
petering out.
And to the bride and groom. That's all
to
you
the bride
need.
and groom. Cheers.
That's it. But make sure to put something like that at the end. It is important
not
to remember
like,
that it is supposed to be a toast.
And that's all I came here to say.
That's my time. Bye.
I cede my time. I cede my time. I cede the remainder of my time. I mean, like, honestly, that would be a pretty funny way to end it. Yeah. I cede my time. But it's not about you.
This is delivering the speech, and we can run through this. Stay sober enough to do a good job.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I was going to say, don't get drunk.
All right. Okay.
Don't get really drunk.
I was going to say fuck it.
No one likes that because it's very uncomfortable when people can tell. It is
very uncomfortable. Yeah, when someone's too drunk and they're talking a lot and the whole group has to pay attention, everyone knows. Everyone feels the same thing at the same time.
Yep. If you feel yourself getting too drunk, I mean, this is not for the best man, because the best man, you need to be doing it.
Yeah.
So that's not me. But like, if I do find myself getting too inebriated, I probably won't get one, because like, that's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
But then you lost your chance forever.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Don't say that. I'm already nervous.
I'm only going to get married like 2 more times, maybe.
Yeah, okay. Well, and then those are normally like weird elopements where not a lot of people are invited.
Oh, no, I'm going to make a big deal of it.
We might be estranged by then. You know, I might take Sam's side.
We're probably going to have a big falling out between now and then.
Yeah, probably a massive, massive falling out, for sure.
Ask the audience to give you their attention. This is interesting. I feel like that's the DJ's job.
Oh, yeah, because you've got a DJ being like, and now.
Yeah. I guess in my case, I have a DJ, so that is going to be his job.
Like, we don't know if we're going to have a DJ. We are going to have a DJ, because, like, how do you not?
That's the thing, is like, in my perfect world, I would have loved a band, but that's mad expensive. And look, we have a lot of, like, early 2000s pop punk that we want to play, and I don't.
Well, that's the thing, is like, that's why I was thinking band for like 2 hours, band for 1 hour, and then
finish it up with a DJ. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because or a playlist even.
I
like,
love
who
that.
cares?
Yeah, sure. Not
At
that
point.
like, I appreciate DJs and all the work that they do, and like the vibe curating I love, but I mean, at a certain point, there's only so much money you can spend on a wedding.
That's true. Apparently, there's a lot of potential money that you can spend on a wedding.
Oh, you can add every bell and whistle that you can imagine. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Literally. Actually, the people who are like the DJ that's coming, the company that he works for, keeps on emailing us to try and sell us on a photo booth. Like, get the fuck out of my face with this stupid fucking photo booth. We're literally, our top bill is the photographer. We're spending so much money on pictures. Don't fucking take pictures of yourself. In any situation, let the picture people do it. That's why we're paying them. Stop doing.
I think we're gonna set out Instaxes. I think that's what we're gonna do. Is like have some Instax cameras, Polaroid cameras around.
Oh, that's fun.
Because every wedding I've been to where those have been around has been very fun.
Yeah,
like I really do enjoy that. It's fun. It's fun and people like it.
It's fun and people like it.
And I told my I'm in a bridal party as well. Well, I'm in one this weekend, but I'm also in a bridal party in a year. for an old friend of mine, and she just sent out like a Google quiz, like a Google like fill in the answer type thing, where she asked us questions like, what color do you like to wear? Like, just to sort of gauge where we're all at of all of her bridal party. Like, and she was like, what do you love at a wedding and what do you hate? And I was like, maybe this is going to insult you. Maybe this is going to insult you, John. I have no idea if you're going to have that, but that stupid font, that stupid swoopy curly cursive font that's normally in gold.
I have done my darndest. I've done my darndest to eliminate any printed script.
Yeah. I hate signs.
I despise, first of all, I despise words on walls. Like, when this came to decorating our home too, I outlawed words on walls early on. Anything that says like a big statement on the wall, I'm out. Fuck that. That's ugly as, it's kitschy as all hell. We have room for a little kitsch, and anything beyond that is out. So words I'm already deeply offended by. Script, like fake script, my opinion is that.
Or monograms. I hate monograms.
Sure.
I hate them.
I mean, there's only like a big part of a lot of weddings is a name change, so I understand that. Like, monograms can be fun, I guess. If like this is the first time everyone is seeing your new monogram, you know, I get that. I don't understand why you would want to have cursive printed by a machine on a thing. It looks bad. Like, cursive does not translate to a font well, and there's a reason for that. If you want script, you're going to have to pay the thousands of dollars it is to get someone to do it by hand, because that's the only way it's actually going to look good. If you can't afford to have somebody do it by hand, like with actual calligraphy, just print it with a normal looking font. No one is going to be put off by it, and it's going to look great. Like, people are obsessed with fake script, and I hate it.
It's the one font that everyone is doing right now. Is very upsetting to me. I don't like it. But anyways, I don't know if we're running out of time. I think we're
definitely running out of time. Introduce yourself. This is all okay. These are all very small suggestions.
Definitely introduce yourself.
Audience, give your attention to me. My name is Jeff. Nope, sorry. I'm reading from the picture. Introduce yourself. I'm Brian, Jeff's little brother. Express gratitude. I'm very happy that they've allowed me to be here after last time. Make a lighthearted joke at the groom's expense. What happened last time.
See? There you go.
What's your lighthearted joke at my expense?
I'm not telling you.
Do you have one? Do you have a lighthearted joke at my expense in there?
Yeah. Look, I'm not an amateur.
Have you read this already? Or?
I'm a professional. No, I haven't, actually. I haven't.
Tell a touching story about the groom. And in the picture it says, I'm about to let you in on a secret about the groom.
I have seen that, like, telling a story, particularly if it's like a brother, like from childhood, something that like sort of is like very them, like something that is indicative of the person they turned out to be, you know, based on something that happened in childhood. You never want to tell an embarrassing story that's gonna like be actually embarrassing.
Yeah, like
it's always
legitimately
gonna be
embarrassing.
Lighthearted fun, no real secrets.
Right. Like stuff that they would be willing to tell you.
Yeah, like not in confidence. Like,
avoid mentioning any sensitive subjects. That's number 7.
Yeah. Yeah, because no one wants to hear it. Everyone wants to have a good time, and no one wants to cringe, you know?
Expand a little bit of cringe. On the groom's virtues. Do you have any of my virtues listed? What would you say is my top virtue?
Oh, buddy. Right out the gate. You're very you write a lot of the time.
Ruggedly handsome.
You like to argue, and you make sure that you take the high road to the point where everyone else feels like they're on the low road, even if they're not.
This is all great so far.
Obnoxious, actually.
Makes me feel good. Look, when you're as stupid as I am, you need to take the moral high road because there's no other roads. There's no other available roads to come out on top.
Can't travel the other roads. They're forbidden. They're forbidden roads. You're working on your vocabulary. I appreciate that.
Don't forget to pay homage to the bride. Is the next.
Yeah, Taylor actually read my speech and was like, you need to say more about Sam. And I was like, really? And then he was like, yes, talk about both of them.
There's two people,
like,
two families becoming one.
You can't just say like, hey, and way to pick a real special lady and then move on.
And Sam, you look great.
Sam, you look great.
Give a compliment about the bride and groom's relationship.
Always,
if you can find one. Sometimes it's tough.
Sometimes it's slim pickings, you know. Been to a few weddings where I'm like, I'm not sure this should be happening.
You should maybe rethink this, actually.
This maybe was a mistake.
And cheers.
Cheers. You're making a huge mistake. Cheers.
Wrap it up with a quote.
No quote. No Webster dictionary defines. Like, no.
Yeah.
Doing. It would be funny if I started with a Webster's dictionary defines.
And I'd like to wrap this up with a quote from Star Wars. Actually, it's a nice quote. It's a nice. Don't trust me. Just listen. It's a quote from Star Wars, and it's very nice. To the bride and groom, it's a trap.
It's a trap. Yep,
cheers.
Hey, I actually one of the few weddings that I've been in before was a Star Trek themed wedding.
Wowza. And then another wedding another wedding that you were in, R2D2 was the ring bearer.
No, that's the one.
That was Star
Wars themed. Excuse me.
Oh my God, you said Star Trek themed, and I was like, what the fuck were they doing with R2D2?
No, it was a Star Wars themed
awesome.
wedding. It was very fun, actually. It gives you a lot of opportunity.
And everyone loves Star Wars. So that's an easy.
Star Trek is better, but
not everybody is into Star Trek. Everybody's into Star Wars.
I mean, most people are wrong. Like,
no, that's not about being wrong or right. That's not a statement that I'm making. I'm just saying, Star Wars, everyone loves and is into.
And everyone gets it. Like, even if they don't love it, they get it. Like,
right.
Like they were like they had the very traditional like coming into the reception hall, the party, like you get announced as you come in. And so they announced the bride's parents and they both whipped out lightsabers and had like a little, instead of dancing their way in, had like a little lightsaber battle.
I love that, actually.
It was very cute. Like I said, like it opened it up to like many very good opportunities for them. And like I will participate in that for a very select number of people, and these were the kind of people that I will participate in something like that because it's fun. You know what? Just have fun.
Just fun.
Do whatever the fuck you want. Lord knows you're spending enough money on the fucking thing. Do whatever you want. Like.
Yep. And that's a quote, and you can use that quote in the end of your toast.
Yep, absolutely.
Quote
Emily.
Whatever you want. That's anything, Emily.
That's anything, baby.
And then propose a toast. Here's to a lifetime of happiness for Mary and Jeff.
I love Mary and Jeff.
I
hope they did have a lifetime of happiness. When was this written? When was this article written?
This was written, let me get back to the top with Patrick. What's up, Patrick? This was updated August 10th, 2021. So within the year.
Damn. So they're probably not dead yet.
Probably not dead yet. Yeah, sure.
Their lifetime of happiness is still going.
Yep.
I think we have a couple of people to thank.
I would like to thank Ethan Gustafson for the use of his music as our intro and outro theme. You can find more work from Ethan at somepointsound.com.
Thank you so much to Natalie Spitzel for the use of her cover art. If you'd like to see more from Natalie, you can go to her website, nataliespitzel.com, or go to her Instagram at nms_creative. Thanks, Natalie. I did it in my DJ voice. _creative. And now, coming up to the dance floor, we have someone who's probably going to throw a ball based on the tone.
somebody who's gonna get out here and swing a bat.
Yep. And up to the plate now.
We are a podcast that is a part of the Outlaws network of podcasts. Check out the link tree in the description of this episode. You can follow that to find all of the products that we have at the Outlaws network, including our network Discord, which is very fun. So if you're interested in any gameplay of hardcore Nuzlocke, or regular Nuzlocke, it is Pokemon Nuzlocke Central up in our network Discord right now. We have a whole Pokemon section, so if you're a fan of Pokemon and you want to talk to other people about Pokemon and like challenge runs of Pokemon, that is basically all our Discord is about right now. I've been streaming basically every moment of my Nuzlocke run to my Discord specifically. I haven't been doing it on Twitch because I'm a coward. But then also Jorge and Taylor, also of the Outlaws Network, they've both been streaming their runs as well. Jorge and I are doing Emerald, and Taylor is doing Fire Red right now. So it's a really fun time. So check out the network Discord. In the link, you'll also find our network Twitch, which we stream on frequently, at least once a week. That's super fun. And make sure to check out the other shows, including The Bloody Stream. The Bloody Stream is our sister podcast. It's a horror movie review podcast. It's an unpretentious horror movie review podcast. They don't do stars. They don't do anything like that. They have their own unpretentious rating system that will be explained to you if you listen to the show. And it's basically based off of how likely you are to recommend the film to friends. And I think that's such a better system, especially for a genre like horror. So definitely check it out. It's also got a great format. So if you see an episode for a movie that you haven't seen yet and you want to watch, make sure to start listening to that episode, because they make sure not to spoil the movie until there's like a definite point in the episode where they will say, okay, and now we're opening the spoiler configuration. Now we're going to start talking about the actual story beats, and we're going to spoil the film. So if you have listened this far to like the vibe check of the film and all the different things about it that aren't spoilery, and you still want to watch it, then pause now, go watch it, and come back. And then if you don't really care to watch it and you're like not really into it anymore, then you can continue and listen to the rest of the episode. It's a really, really great show, especially if you love horror. And even if you are not a huge fan of horror, I actually think I like it because I'm not that much of a horror person. And every once in a while, they'll talk about a movie where I'm like, wow, I'm actually, as a non-horror person, I'm really interested to watch this movie. And I do. And I actually have a great time. So great show. Check them out. They're at thebloodystream.com, and you can find them on social media at bloodystreampod.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Emily Downey.
I'm John Downey.
That fucking curly cursive font, I'll fight you.
True. Keep that button hot.